We've seen how the pandemic has laid bare and widened even economic disparity locally and globally. So as we enter the Advent season, we gather to ask, how can our church become a house where the holy will be born anew, offering respite, sustenance, and care, opening the doors ever wider to those seeking shelter from the onslaught of life? No one church can do it all, but each can do something. As we study the biblical prophets who call us to care for our neighbors and make room in the inn, the lonely and frightened spaces within us are filled with the light of hope, peace, joy, and love.
Hope waits for us at Advent. Hope waits for us to trust. Hope waits for our commitment to a land that's kind and just. In this time of preparation for the work of co-creation, for the birthing of a world that heals the ones in pain, hope is born in us again.
Welcome to our midweek message. All of the reflection portions of our midweek messages in the season of Advent are from the resource, The Inn, Housing the Holy, that we are using for our Sunday worship services as well. Did you ever consider that you are a house for the holy? That's right. Your life, your very being, is a place where hope, peace, joy, and love are housed. At Christmas, we remember that Jesus was born into a simple stable because there was no room in the inn. So no matter how simple you believe yourself or your home or your life to be, you are containers for the holy. A place where divine light can shine into the dark corners of this world. You have a part to play in this pageant we call life, in this community, or wherever it is that you live. You are sacred. You are worthy. You belong. So if you have a candle handy, I'd invite you to light it at this time. I know today it means you might need to go and find one and light it. You can just hit pause while you do that. And we will use them for the remaining 3 weeks in Advent after this as well. Today we offer the light of hope to illumine the door of welcome. May this light shine in our hearts, in our lives, and in our community. May hope awaken us to possibilities and lead to greater hospitality. There is room in this inn, a house for the holy. What could we do to offer hospitality and welcome to the neighborhood this week? You may have some specific things that you can do where you live. And in a few moments, you will hear some of the things that we are doing during this Advent season in and through St. Paul's, which you're welcome to participate in. A reading from Psalm 25, verses 4-5. Make your ways known to me. Lord, teach me your paths. Lead me in your truth. Teach it to me. Because you are the God who saves me. I put my hope in you all day long. And next, they've entitled this a poem called An Open Space by John Vanderlaar. It will be our prayer for this evening. The calls are always there, God, to be more, to have more, do more. Every corner of our lives needs to be filled with something. Every step, every word, every thought must be pregnant with meaning and purpose. We need to prevail, triumph, win the race. Except no one ever wins. Not really. We run as fast as we can to stand still. And so many get left behind, broken, poor, depleted. Perhaps in this Advent waiting time, we can learn to let go, slow down, open up. Perhaps we can begin to clear away some of the clutter and open a space within us for silence, for stillness, for hope, for the holy. And maybe, just maybe, as we create this open space, we will find more room in our lives for generosity, for laughter, for connection, for caring, and for love. Amen. And here are some announcements for this week. Please mark your calendars for Sunday, December the 12th at 4 p.m. There will be a handbell service here at St. Paul's. We have loaned our handbells to this handbell choir, and they are coming to do a service for us using our bells. So I strongly encourage you to come, but we do need you to pre-register just so that we know how many people will be here, because we still have our limits, but we've never gotten that high, but we do want to be sure. So please call Nikki to register, and you're welcome to invite friends and family to come. Church Council met to plan for Christmas Eve, and they've decided on 3 services for sure. Our maximum capacity at each is 76 people, but that needs to include absolutely everyone. So we are keeping track of how that goes. There will be 1 service at 4 with an emphasis on children, but of course everybody is welcome. 1 service at 5:30 with an emphasis on music, and 1 service at 7 p.m. with Holy Communion. We are hoping that you can all call in or sign up very soon, especially those of you who are coming with a bigger group. This will allow us to know if we need to add an additional service. I am starting to consider 1 at 2 p.m. for those who would rather not drive in the dark, and anyone else whose schedule might allow this. Please let us know if a 2 p.m. service would interest you. The services can be closer together this year because we have less people to move in and out of the building for each service. Moving on to our Advent projects to help those in our community who are in need this season. We've decided to make the collecting of warm items for people in need an entire Advent project, not just for a week like we first thought. We found out about this from Heather, who dropped off our inner city pastoral ministry lunches, and found that people were in great need of warm things for the winter. Everything from blankets and sleeping bags, foamies or things to sleep on, as well as warm clothing of all kinds. These items may be used, preferably on the gentler side, but should be clean and in decent repair. Please either drop them off at the church office or bring them with you to worship. There is a box in the entryway at the church if you bring them on Sundays. Then we'll pack them up and send them to the Bissell Center. We might do that a couple of times during the season as needed. Then for other Advent projects, we've heard that the food bank is in need of food and related items, including things like baby formula, diapers, personal care items for women, and so on. I read an article not too long ago about how many of us donate something like macaroni and cheese, but you need milk and margarine, or butter to make this. This leads me to two thoughts. Please also donate milk or a milk alternative such as oat or soy milk. These can be found in Tetra Paks. When possible, choose cans with a pull tab, as not everybody owns a can opener. Things even like sugar and coffee and tea are welcome and go a long way to help people. So you're welcome to bring food for the food bank to the church throughout Advent, or you may make a financial donation to the food bank. Their dollar does go further than ours, so that's always appreciated. Or if you're out in a grocery store, almost all of them have donation boxes. It all gets to the people in need, and that's what's most important. We're putting out a call for the 1 item per week of Advent, as we've done in years past. However, you'd like to donate the following items. Socks are week 1. Underwear for all sizes and genders is week 2. Advent 3 is toques and hats. And Advent 4 is mittens or gloves. Please remember these particular items do need to be new. They will be delivered to one of the inner city organizations. And we do know that some people are struggling financially at this time. So if you cannot donate, please take care of your needs. There are so many agencies in need at this time of year, and we hear about it on the news and everywhere. But I'm just going to mention that Canadian Lutheran World Relief, CLWR, is helping with the BC flooding as a special appeal. And please bring your plastic bags to the church if you are going to recycle them and not reuse them. They get basically crocheted into mats for the homeless. And snow shoveling. We are still looking for someone who is able and capable of shoveling snow from the walks around the church as well as our front sidewalk when it doesn't get done by the city. We have shovels and a snowblower, and you would be paid. You would need to be available most times when it snows, including earlier in the mornings from Monday to Friday when our preschool is in session, because our preschool families need access to the building. There's more information in the church's email. Stay safe, and God bless you all.